Suddenly Eliza remembered something. Diary. Yes, the diary in which Nancy was writing something yesterday and tried to hide it as soon as Eliza arrived. She also had that book on devils and ghosts, which she had brought from the library. Eliza got up and quickly went to Nancy's room. Charles didn't understand anything. He sat in the hall and watched her go towards the room. Eliza started searching the room. After some time, he found Nancy's diary from the drawer of the table. Along with it was also a book on Satan and demons. Ignoring the rest of the diary, Eliza turned to the last page. She was surprised as soon as she opened the page. There was a satanic system written on that page. Along with the picture of that system, some numbers were also written, like 39, 89, and 111. Eliza did not understand what all these numbers meant. Putting the diary down, Eliza opened the book, Devils and Ghosts, which contained the curses of devils and witches, and wrote about things used in satanic rituals. Eliza was watching all this when suddenly a thought came to her mind. Or could those numbers written in Nancy's diary be the numbers of the pages of this book? She quickly opened Nancy's diary and started tallying the numbers. The first number was 39. When Eliza opened the page of the same number, she was shocked. The page had Satanic Tantra written on it, and it was written, "This Satanic Tantra is commonly used in making sacrifices to Satan or in other satanic rituals." But Eliza's fear did not decrease but kept increasing. The next number in Nachi's diary was 9. When Eliza opened the page, she saw that there was a picture of a knife on the handle of which some mantras were written. This knife is exactly like Eliza. It was similar to the knife kept in the hall, about which it was written. This knife is used in satanic rituals for sacrifice or for drawing blood. The next number of Nancy's diary was 111, and on the last page of the book, there was a picture of a cup. Eliza became even more scared. This cup also resembled the cup kept in his hall, about which it was written, "This cup is used to offer blood to Satan." The fear in Eliza's mind took a huge form. Her fear started turning into confidence. Could Maria's evil spirit be taking over her daughter Nancy? Disaster. If this thing happens, then the puzzles of this mysterious puzzle were slowly being solved in Eliza's mind. After reading Father Warren's great-grandfather's book and talking to Charles, Eliza had come to know a lot about this mysterious place. However, there were still many questions in his mind, such as who were those spirits he saw and what did they want to tell him. It was necessary to solve these questions. She got answers to these remaining questions in another way. 300 years had passed since Maria's death. The effect of the measures taken by Lawrence Verdi's great-grandfather was now gradually diminishing, and the forces of evil were becoming stronger. This is what Eliza was afraid of. She felt that Maria's evil spirit might overpower Nancy and take over her body. One day during this turmoil, Eliza's friend Frida came to meet her. Seeing Eliza's worried face, she said, "What is it, Eliza? You look very worried." Eliza told the whole thing to Frida. After telling the whole story, Frida thought for a while and said, "Do you believe that the spirits you saw are not all your illusions?" "No, Frida, I don't know how many times I've seen her. I think she wants to tell me something." Frida said, "If you feel that those spirits want to tell you something, then you should seek the help of Shans. But where will I find such a science expert in this town who can do science for me?" Frida said, "Emily, the librarian at Crescent Library. She's an expert in science." Eliza's eyes sparkled. She said, "Okay, I will talk to her tomorrow." Seance is a process in which dead spirits are contacted or summoned. This seance process has been going on in Europe from ancient times to the present. A person performing a session under this process and others are his companions. They hold each other's hands, and the person conducting the seance chants mantras and calls the spirits. The next day, after sending the children to school, Eliza sat in the car and went to town. After reaching town, she went straight to Crescent Library. where she learned that Emily had not come to the library that day. Her health was very bad. Eliza got the address of Emily's house from the library and headed towards her house. On the way, she also bought a bouquet for Emily. After reaching the address, she knocked on the door. Emily's husband opened the door. Once inside, Eliza discovered that Emily had a very high fever. She was resting in her room. Eliza went to her room. She was lying on the bed reading a book. She was surprised to see Eliza. Emily tried to get up from the bed, but Eliza stopped her. She gave a bouquet to Emily and wished her a speedy recovery. Emily was very happy. Both husband and wife and their 4-year-old daughter used to live in that house. Eliza took a chair and sat near Emily's bed. Emily said to her husband, "Jack, will you make a cup of coffee for my friend?" "Yes, not that way." Her husband spoke. "Oh no, there is no need for this," Eliza said, interrupting him. "Or try drinking Jack's coffee once. He makes very good coffee," Emily said, smiling. Jack went to make coffee. Emily asked, "Where did you get my home address?" "Actually, I went to the library today. There I came to know that you were ill. So I took the address of your house from there and came to meet you." "I'm so glad you came to see me," Emily said happily. "Actually, I had some work with you also," Eliza said hesitantly. "Yes, tell me, what was the work?" Eliza told Emily everything in detail about his coming here. Seeing Eliza Calic Lady, seeing spirits and Nessie's strange behavior. By then Emily's husband had also come with coffee. After listening to everything, Emily said, "What you dreamed that day was not just a dream. You came in contact with those spirits at that time, due to which they called your soul into their world." The world of spirits. Eliza was astonished. Yes, souls have their own world apart from our physical world. If we connect with a soul for some reason, then the door between their world and ours opens for us. We come and go to their world through this door. I hope that I do not lose contact with that soul. Eliza couldn't believe that she had actually reached the spirit world. Emily asked again, "Did you try to talk to them?" "No. I couldn't think of anything at that time. There was darkness and darkness all around, and the same words were being said over and over again. Free us. You have to kill him." Before I could understand anything, an evil spirit attacked me. I guess I lost connection and woke up. A strange atmosphere of fear and astonishment was created in the room. Emily took a deep breath and said, "My fever is down a bit. I'm feeling better now. Looks like I'll be fine by tomorrow." Eliza stayed there for some time and then came home. On her way, she stopped at Frida's house and asked her to come home tomorrow. The next morning Eliza woke up. He noticed that his room was still dark. He got up and opened the window curtains. There was a dense fog outside. The fog was so dense that a person standing within a radius of 1 meter could not be seen. The children were still sleeping. Eliza went and woke them up and asked them to get ready for school. While preparing breakfast, Eliza got a call from her husband Peter. Peter said that he was coming home to meet them in 5-10 days. Eliza became happy. She served breakfast to the children and went to drop them on the road in front of the house. As I mentioned earlier, the road leading to the town was only 300 meters away from their house. But there was such a dense fog outside that the children were afraid to go alone. There was a thin path leading from his house to that road. There was an open field in front of the house and a dense forest behind the house. Eliza took the children and left them on the road.